Shall your brothers go to war and you sit your behind here? That's what Moses is saying. You got to correlate that with many of us today. You got some brothers in the war, in this fight, and other brothers just sitting back. I'm waiting for brothers to beg me to do something for this truth. We ain't begging you to do nothing. Always looking for
what's your nationality? Let me ask you this, what's your nationality?
We are not to be like that.
What y'all came to do? Who you came to see? We shaking it the week.
Out here to throw down, tear down all the lies that you've been taught. Buddhism, Islam, Christianity. Christianity is not teaching you that you are the true Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
Got somebody to preach, so this is where I'll be. In these streets.
Hey bro, what is constrained? What's that, brother? What does constrain mean? You don't know what constraint means? All right, brother, well, you're at the right place. What did you learn Monday in your class? All right, brother, what does constrain mean? The word constrain, what that mean?
Constrain?
Yeah.
Let's see. Constrain, hold down.
To hold down, right? All praises, brother. Listen to this 1 second. Listen to this. Read.
2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 14.
Read this.
For the love of Christ constraineth
So
us.
the love of Jesus Christ, right, constrains us. Used to say hold you down, right? So that means you can't do whatever you want to do, right? Read.
Because we thus judge that if one died for all,
So if Christ died for all of us, right? All of us Israelites, right? Read.
then we're all dead.
Then we're all dead. So that means what? We owe our life to Christ, right? Give me that in Romans 12. We owe our lives to Christ. So let me ask you this, brother. Is God's laws done away with? Is that it? You say no, because you just heard, hold up, if I can't do whatever I want, that means I have to do what he wants, right? Read that.
Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren,
Read.
by the mercies of God, that ye present your body
That you present your bodies as a what?
as a living sacrifice.
A living sacrifice. If you present your body as a living sacrifice, you got no control over it, right? What you got? Give me from
Matthew chapter 5, verse 17.
Read.
Think not that I have come to destroy the law.
Now you smart. We already established that. What does think not mean, brother?
Don't.
Oh, don't do what? Don't believe? Or don't think, right? Read it from the top.
Think not that I have come to destroy the law.
So Christ says right here, don't think that I came to destroy the law. Read.
All the prophets.
All the prophets, Daniel, Ezekiel, Moses, all the prophets that came before him, right? Read.
I am not come to destroy.
He didn't come to destroy. So when he get to the New Testament, the New Covenant, he didn't come to destroy the law. Read.
But to fulfill.
He came to fulfill it. What does that mean, to fulfill? What y'all think that means? Hey, give me that.
That's two.
What's that, brother?
To fulfill?
Yeah, to fulfill.
To fulfill his end of, I can't say.
No, you have to come out.
To,
You can just pull up.
What he wants to get done, like accomplish his goal and fulfill it,
To fulfill. Put it like this. He said all the prophets. So let me ask you this. Did Moses speak of Christ in the Old Testament? Did he speak about Christ coming? Do you know? Give me
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
All right, so Moses did, right? So when Christ came, give me Psalms 47 before you go to Luke, right? So when Christ came on the scene, right? So is he gonna come speaking anything different than what the prophets spoke about him? Or is he gonna say, oh, I'm here, now it's totally different? Is that what he said? No, it's not what he said. All right, so let's see what the Bible says.
Not totally different.
Yeah, there is some things he changed, right? And we're gonna go through them. So let's deal with that.
Psalm chapter 40, verse 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book.
So Christ said he comes in the volume of this book. Through the beginning, he was there through the creation. Deuteronomy 18:18, there was supposed to be a prophet from among the brethren that would come and do only what the Most High God commands him to do. Throughout Isaiah, prophesied that Christ is coming. Read that from the top, brother.
Psalm chapter 40, verse 7.
Read.
Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book.
So Christ come through all throughout the Bible, not just the new. Read.
It is written of me.
It was written of him. So the prophets wrote about him. Now give me Luke to show you what was fulfilled, brothers.
Luke chapter 24, verse 44.
Listen up, listen up.
And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you.
Read.
That all things must be fulfilled.
So all things what?
Must be fulfilled.
All things must be fulfilled. Read.
Which were written in the law of Moses.
That was written in the law of Moses. Deuteronomy, that's one of them. Read.
And in the prophets.
And in the prophets. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel. Read.
And in the Psalms.
And of the Psalms. Song of Solomon, the Psalms. Read.
Concerning me.
Concerning him. He came to fulfill all of that. So the question is, how come today in Christianity they teach that God's laws are done away with? Why is that? You don't think they do? Do you call yourself a so-called Christian? You do, right? Give me Numbers 15:38. Because you haven't been taught this. So today's a new day. Listen to this.
Numbers chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Just in case you didn't know, you're not African American, you're not a West Indian, you're not a Haitian, you're none of that. Dominican, none of that. Read from the top. You're an Israelite according to the Bible.
Unto the children of Israel.
So I'm speaking to two children of Israel right here. Read.
And bid them that they make them fringes.
That they do what?
That they make them fringes.
Brother, you know what this is? These are fringes. This is commandment according to the Bible. Read on.
In the borders of their garments.
In the borders of their garments. What else?
Throughout their generation.
That means forever. Read on.
And that they put upon the fringe.
But upon not just the fringe, what else we got to do? Read.
Of the borders, a ribbon of blue.
A ribbon of blue. So fringes and borders of blue, that's a commandment. I don't know if y'all brothers can grow beards, but give me this, Leviticus 21:5. Some brothers don't, some brothers can't grow up as blue. But listen to this. This is another commandment.
Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon thy head.
We can't have bald heads. Read.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
We can't shave off the corner of our beard either. We can't mar our beard. We can trim it, but we can't mar it. You know, the skinny lineups, things like that. These are commandments though. But you ain't ever been taught that, have you? You have been taught that. So why don't you wear fringes?
Well, I can't go fringes.
I mean, I said, why don't you wear fringes?
Well,
you said you've been taught that.
Not all of God's laws have been done away. But the religious practices that were done in the Old Testament, their meaning, not that their meaning is gone, but you're not saved through the religious practices that you do in the Old Testament. You're saved by the fact that Jesus Christ died for you. And what happened in the Old Testament is that people were forsaking the word for the religious practices. People were forsaking the word for the religious practices in the Old Testament. And because of that, God realized that it's not working like that. So he said that we were saved through Jesus Christ. And that the things that were unnecessary, like a lot of unnecessary religious practices in the Old Testament, were kind of done away with. That's what
Kind of done away with.
Not, and when I say done away with, I mean, you still do them, but they're not imperative. They're not imperative.
They're not important.
No, not that they're not important.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that they're not imperative to you going to heaven.
So that you don't have to do them.
No, I'm not saying.
So that doesn't make sense.
Because saying that you don't have to do them is what
Kind of done away with.
Not, and when I say done away with, I mean, you still do them, but they're not imperative. They're not imperative.
They're not important.
No, not that they're not important.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that they're not imperative to you going to heaven.
So that you don't have to do them.
No, I'm not saying.
So that doesn't make sense.
Because saying that you don't have to do them is saying a blanket statement. It makes it seem like they're not important. They are.
But you just said you don't have to do them.
No, I guess you don't have to do it. Right. No, I guess you don't have to do it. Right.
No, I guess you don't have to do it.
Right. All right.
But
so
you don't have to
give
do
me Matthew before you go here. Give me Matthew before you go. All right. Listen to this real quick, bro. I'm out here because I love my people. Well, if it was good, you would stay. So listen to this.
I gotta leave a little bit.
Oh, but stay as long as you can, though. Listen to this.
Romans chapter 2, verse 13, guys.
So they're not imperative. You can say you got to do them, but you don't. Read it from the top.
Romans chapter 2, verse 13.
Read.
For not the hearers of the law are just before God.
So not just the hearers. They're not just before God just because you hear it and say, oh, that is right. But read on.
But the doers.
But the doers. You said you knew about it, but you don't do it. Read it from the top. Listen real close. Read it from the top. Read,
But
listen.
for not the hearers of the law
Not just the hearers.
are just before God,
Read.
but the doers.
But the doers of the law. Now, go to Matthew 5, I believe it's 18. Is that what I want?
Teaching and doing.
Yeah, now I'm for the least commandments. Read that. Listen to this.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 19.
Read.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments
Stop, but you called them imperative. So you can say imperative commandments. Read.
and shall teach men so,
And so tell people so it's okay that you don't have to do it and you can still get to the kingdom of heaven. Read.
he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
He should be called the least. What you got to understand, heaven means rulership. So the least means they're in hell. All right? That's what you got to understand. Read it from the top for the brother.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 19.
19, read that.
Whosoever shall break one of these least commandments.
So you're breaking them because you said you know about them. And then you say it's okay to tell people that they're imperative, they're not important. Read.
And shall teach men so,
And then you go around teaching other people that this is what's going to happen to that person. Read.
he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
So now, brother, let me ask you, did you get a better understanding or do you still think you don't have to keep God's law?
I don't think it's that simple. It's not that
Give me
simple.
1 John 5 and 3.
But I actually gotta leave.
It's okay, we'll continue to speak it as you walk. All right, because he said it's not simple to keep God's laws. Let's see what God's word has to say. Read.
1 John chapter 5, verse 3.
Read.
For this is the love of God,
This is the love of God, ladies and gentlemen. Read.
that we keep his commandments.
That we keep his commandments. And if you profess to say you love God, listen up. Read it again.
For this is the love of God,
For this is the love of God. Read.
that we keep his commandments.
That we keep his commandments. Read on.
And his commandments are not grievous.
They're not hard like the brother said. He said it's not that easy. Read that last part.
And his commandments are not grievous.
His commandments are not grievous.
Burdensome.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this and join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.